Because Zach,
Mm.
Matthew McConaughey's accent in this was very thick. I don't know about you, but we'll talk about accents. We'll talk about all right, all right, all right. And we'll talk about Miss Reese Witherspoon. Also, what's trending? What was trending yesterday at the Emmys? Right?
The Pit.
The Pit.
Mm-hmm. The
I thought
Studio
I
and
thought
Adolescence.
I thought Sydney Sweeney was trending, but that's another conversation for another day.
You like that, old man? You want a piece of me?
Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Good morning, Vietnam! I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I feel the need for speed.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Love means never having to say you're sorry.
You do? You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
We are live and we are here, episode 366. We discuss Mud and we have a brand new episode. You're listening to the Cine-Men Movie Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Juan, and I am joined by Mr. Mud himself, Zach.
I think that was the best opening introduction I've ever had.
What up, Zach? How has your week been?
It's been all right. What about you? Just trying to hang in there.
I'm trying to hang in there. I'm trying to kick out and never tap out, but you know what? Some days is easier
Than others.
than others. It has been a wild week here in the southern plains of the country. We're here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It is Tuesday, September 16th, 2025. Zach, I thought we were in fall. I thought we were in September, but it still feels like summertime outside.
Oh yeah, we still get the occasional hot summer days through the September until I think actually fall starts next week. So hopefully everything will calm down. Yeah,
And I
we
don't, I
still
don't
got
know.
another week
I
to
don't know.
go.
I don't know if it's allergies, the weather, but my
COVID.
head, hopefully not, because I can still taste. But my head has been pounding, like the way Mud pounded that sand after he saw the shiner on that
Yeah.
kid's eye.
Mm-hmm.
But
When his that one guy threatened his woman.
and we're gonna get into Mud a little bit later on. We're also gonna talk some recent watches. We have a brand new top 5 as we're talking our top 5 Reese Witherspoon movies. If you guys did not join us last week, we had a very fun conversation. It was all the way around about the Conjuring universe, the Conjureverse. Zach also described what Last Rites was about and his review and favorite scene. So if you want to go back and listen to that episode wherever you listen to podcasts, whether it be iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts, including the Prescribed Films Network. Go check them out, us, along with some other great podcasts. You can also watch us live on Facebook and Imosawa Productions YouTube channel, which you're watching us here live right now. Social media has all of the links that you can check out. Just go visit our social media. It has links, it has ways to watch, listen, win. Facebook.com/the Cine-Men Movie Podcast. The Instagram is all one word, Cine-Men Movie Podcast. X at Cine-Men405. Or you can send us a good old email, cinnamon921@gmail.com. If you're a bill collector, please don't email. But yeah, check us out. We also have a really good in-depth conversation about what the year looks like, what the rest of the year looks like. So go back and check us out. Today, though, we're talking all about Mud. So
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a fun conversation. What about you? What do you think about it?
about Mud,
About Mud? Yep.
you know what? I was very excited to
Oh,
rewatch.
no.
No. I
Oh,
was there. I was very excited to rewatch this film. Um, I haven't seen it since I bought the Blu-ray, which was in 2013. But I'm glad I put subtitles on because their accents were thick.
yeah.
So
Arkansas accents.
yeah, but we'll get ready to discuss that a little bit later on. Um, Zach, what about you, man? You have a good week?
Yeah. Honestly, it was okay. I know, we're not did they win this weekend?
They did. They look like crap, but they won,
That they skinned by the skin of their teeth.
and they played a crappy team.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, all my teams are going down, so it ain't gonna be a very good year for me either. So,
Hey,
um,
them Cowboys won, so that's all that matters.
yeah, yeah. Um, I'll be honest. We're not a political podcast. We don't talk politics. There's a reason for that. We're a film podcast. We come here every week because we enjoy doing this. It kind of gives us comfort from the insanity that is outside these walls of our house or apartments or wherever we're from. Um, I do got to address. I just want to briefly address the Charlie Kirk situation that happened last week. Um, I didn't know him. I didn't personally know him. I've never even seen him debate in person, but I've seen a lot of his YouTube videos and all this and that. Um, you know, I it's a I'm not a parent. I know you are, Johnny, so maybe you could attest to this or something like that. It scares me that we can't have an opinion anymore. We can't have debates. We can't have opinions anymore about like what we believe and not believe and all this and that. This is a man, I've seen multiple videos of him, and he just wanted to debate people about his beliefs. That's all it was about. I mean, he did have strong beliefs. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't necessarily agreed with him on, but the fact that he was gunned down in front of a huge crowd, in front of his wife, who's now a widow, in front of his 2 kids who are literally at the ages of 2 and 1, who are now fatherless. I don't I don't know, man. I think my message about that is I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're black, white, Hispanic, Native American, Asian, gay, straight, Republican, Democrat. That that's horrible. And it's horrible that people are online like celebrating his death. That that's a whole nother thing I won't even get into, but it's disgusting. It really is. I don't know if you have any thoughts about it, but I had to get that off my chest because it just. Did you watch the Stephen A. Smith thing I sent you last week?
Stephen A. Smith. I did not get to see it. I do love me some Stephen A. Smith. What did he say?
He said exactly what I said. This is America. We are allowed to have different opinions, and we should be allowed to express those opinions, whether you agree with them or not. Um, he said exactly what I said. This is America. We do not believe in killing someone because of they thought differently than we did. Like I said, I didn't agree with a lot of this stuff, but it doesn't mean I didn't want to kill him for it. That's yeah, exactly. Charlie Kirk is in the same line of JFK and Martin Luther King, who had all these, different ideas, and he got gunned down for that. So I don't know, man. You know, I don't even have social media, and I'm sure maybe not particularly your feed, but I'm sure a lot of people had different thoughts about it, and it's tragic. And someone had a good point. I can't remember who said this. I think maybe it was someone at work or a YouTube person. Isn't it sad that we've become so desensitized to gun violence? Like it just happens, like school shooting or someone gets killed in front of a crowd, and then 48 hours, we move on with life. Am I wrong about that, or is that just like the common trend now here in America?
The only thing I'll comment on that is whether it be 60 years ago, 100 years ago, or today. We'll get into the episode, but this country is not all right, all right, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, like I
So,
said, I just had to get that off my chest because it affected me in the sense that, like I said, I don't know him, but dude, and he was killed in front of his wife and kid. Like, what is that? You know, I I think that's what emotionally hurts me more is that, you know, his wife is a widow. She'll never have she won't.
I've even heard the facts of like he staged his own death.
Well, trust me, you watch that video. You watch that video where he got shot. There ain't no way he'd stage that.
Just like Tupac and Biggie.
Right. But anyway, so we'll get on to it.
Let's get into some recent watches. I am excited to talk about some of the recent watches with you. I have not been able to go to the movies recently, so I've just kind of been, upping it in at home. The last thing I talked about with you, I believe, was Death of a Unicorn. So, Zach, I started The Bear, season 4. Phenomenal. I think it's one of the best shows, one of the best seasons I've ever seen, TV wise. I still need to finish The Penguin. Yeah, I heard it won 9 Emmys last night. Was it last night or Sunday?
Sunday night.
So started The Bear. I only got 2 episodes left. Fantastic. Finished Wednesday season 2. I rewatched the ABCs of Death. Have you ever seen that?
I know what you're talking about, but never seen it. Yeah.
26 directors, 26 short films, and they're given one letter of the alphabet, and they got to make a short film about it. Every time I watch it, it's always entertaining. I watched Until Dawn on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Not my cup of tea. Rewatched Mud for the episode, and then last night, my girlfriend has not seen a lot of classic horror movies, so restarted and watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So,
appropriate.
Yeah, nice little love connection film right there. But you know what? The sun's going down earlier. Weather's getting cooler. I gotta start some horror movies. So I'm not, not like my buddy Nick over there at Friday the 14th. He watches horror movies all year round. So shout out to Nick. This Thursday, we'll be reviewing Strange Darling over on Friday the 14th podcast. So have you seen that yet, Zach?
Interesting.
Have you seen Strange Darling?
No, I have not.
It's my pick. It's a good movie. You should check it out.
Strange Darling? Oh, yeah. From 2023.
It's got Kyle Gallner or something in it, whatever his name is from Smile.
So Willa Fitzgerald is the main person.
Yeah. But those are my recent watches. If I had to recommend anything, go hit up The Bear on Hulu. Fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Zach? What'd you check out this week?
Went to the theater. Well, like we were talking about, the Emmys are on Sunday. Go HBO Max it up and watch The Pit. Fantastic show. Won Best Drama Series. It's incredible. Season 2 comes out in January. Continuing on Peacemaker. I'm on season 2.
You sounded Boston there. Peacemaker.
Macca. I forgot to mention last week, Dexter Resurrection had its season finale last week. Fantastic. I thought it was better than New Blood. Still watching Alien Earth, but my big recommend is if you get a chance, go see The Long Walk. It's a fantastic movie. It's one of my favorites of the year. Based off the Stephen King novel. It's incredible, man. I can't even talk about it without spoiling it. So I'll just say go if you get a chance, use your AMC stubs and go check it out.
Did you see me to maximize you?
Do what?
Did you get maximized on the screen? Like, could you see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Cool. So you can see, like, the viewers see it's just you right here.
Yep.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So yeah,
Yeah.
if you get a chance, go see The Long Walk, Alien Earth on Hulu, The
That's
Pit
that's
on HBO Max.
that's what I'm about to get into is Alien. So
Hi.
Earth to Ape, what up? But yeah, I think the Bears is just phenomenal. So that's what I had fun with. And you obviously said Alien Earth is good, so I'm gonna check that out soon. So
Yep.
man, you know what? This was kind of a hard list to put together, but it's here, and I kind of miss doing top fives weekly. I don't know about you, but here we are. We are talking our top five Reese Witherspoon movies. Yeah, this was a little hard. If you guys want to play along, send us in some top five Reese Witherspoon movies, and send us in some of your favorite Reese Witherspoon movies. So, Zach, doing a rapid fire like we did last week.
Yeah. So I only to preface this, I'm not a big Reese Witherspoon fan. I think she's a beautiful woman, but I don't know. I just scrounge around through her filmography to find some stuff. My honorable mention is her appearance on Friends, where she played Rachel's sister. I thought was a little bit that she had a couple. I think it was like 1 or 2 episodes. Number 5, Monsters vs. Aliens, which I think is a very underrated DreamWorks animation film. Had a great voice cast with her, Will Arnett, Seth Rogen, Hugh Laurie. Thought that was a great Stephen Colbert, Rainn Wilson. It's so funny, and I sucks that we never got a sequel to that because I think it was you could have made a franchise out of that. Number 4, Just Like Heaven, the rom-com that she did with Mark Ruffalo, which turns 20 years old this year, believe it or not. Just a very lighthearted rom-com, which it's surprising we don't get more of those, and I really, really enjoyed it. Number 3, Water for Elephants, with her and Robert Pattinson and Christoph Waltz. Very good film. Read the book. Francis Lawrence, who did The Long Walk, also did Water for Elephants. So there you go. Connect the dots for those two things. Number 2, what we're talking about today, Mud. And number 1, Walk the Line. I think that is her best performance. I think it's an incredible movie. Her and Joaquin absolutely nailed Johnny Cash and June Carter. And that movie, I almost tried to talk you into doing that movie this year because it turns 20 years old as well. So,
oh man,
that's my top 5. What about you?
My top five. I have 3 honorable mentions. Mud, Little Nicky, because I always have to do a Sandler.
Right.
And then 4 Christmases.
Oh, I forgot she was even in that.
That's a fun movie, man. I watch that every Christmas season.
I saw that in the theater, to be honest.
Number 5 for me is going to be Fear, a little horror thriller from her and Mark Wahlberg. Number 4, Pleasantville,
Oh,
her and Tobey Maguire, real fun film. Number 3 for me, Walk the Line. I think she won the Oscar for that, right?
she did.
Number 2, Wild.
Oh yeah,
Great film. And then number 1, Cruel Intentions. Her and Ryan Phillippe, whatever the hell.
her future husband.
Yeah, but fantastic. She's a great actress. I enjoy some of the stuff that she does. She's not in a lot of stuff anymore. She is in a bunch of great rom-coms. So, if you guys want to throw your favorite Reese Witherspoon movies, at us, throw them at us, and we will talk about them on air next week.
Have you ever seen her Apple TV show? I guess not, but her TV show she does with Jennifer Aniston, The Morning Show.
I heard it was good.
Yeah.
So,
Bye, Earth to Ape. Enjoy your shower. So,
what a weird thing to say.
That's
Yeah, but enjoy it.
Anyway, you ready to talk about Mud?
Let's talk about Mud. Today we are talking about Mud. Our Matthew McConaughey themed year continues. Currently on IMDb, it's got a 7.4. Rotten Tomatoes at 97%. The Metascore is 76%. The Letterboxd is a 3.7 out of 5 with a May 10th, 2013 release date. The budget was $10 million and it grossed a little over $32 million at the box office. On a Mississippi River island, two young boys encounter a stranger who tells wild tales about bounty hunters and a beautiful woman. Starring Matthew McConaughey, Ty Sheridan, Jacob LaFond, Sam Shepard, Reese Witherspoon, Ray McKinnon, Michael Shannon, John Don Baker, directed by Jeff Nichols. Zach, this movie is older than I thought it really was. Do you remember the first time you seen it? What was it like then, and how was it revisiting it for this podcast?
Yeah, so that's right. I did see this in theaters. This came out the same weekend or maybe a week before Iron Man 3. I remember that. Like I said, saw it in theaters. I was really excited about it. This was when McConaughey was on his like McConaissance, and he was doing all these different type of projects. I think Dallas Buyers Club was later this year. I think maybe the year after. But I knew automatically walking out of the theater, I absolutely love this movie. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's a new classic. Not to spoil my list later this year when we talk about our top 5 McConaughey films, this will be very high up on the list. And on the I've seen it several times since, and on the rewatch today, it was actually fun because I got to remind myself why I enjoy this movie so much. So, what about you?
Same. The first time I watched this movie, it was all about Matthew McConaughey and the accents and the story. I forgot a lot about this movie, to be honest with you. And then this recent watch, I sat down, I watched it. Super, super fun, interesting. It was like rewatching it for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Just a captivating story. And it makes you wonder, a lot of these, low budget films with big time actors kind of started all the way back in the, really in the 90s with, I know how the Weinstein Company gets, a lot of hate and stuff, but it's a lot of it came from the Weinstein companies.
Yeah,
A lot of their films,
true.
low budget film, very, very good and entertaining. And we're going all the way back to maybe movies like Sling Blade.
Yep. Not to take anything away from our conversation. Semi-breaking news. Criterion has released their December list of releases, and you ain't never gonna believe what they're putting on Criterion. You ready?
What is it?
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I'm not even joking. That's going to be a Criterion release. See, I told you. It broke him. Broke Johnny. He's going to have to go like pre-order it right now. Oh.
I was about to just send hate mail to Criterion.
So, but no, yeah, let's get into specifics. I'll just say on the outset, I think one of the best things about this movie, even though we have 2 big leading actors, an actor and actress in the role in the movie, it's a story about real everyday people. And I think that's one of the best things about it, honestly. It's just, 2 kids that go, I think it's during summer break, or they didn't really say, but it's just this is their everyday livelihood of just getting on the boat and just traveling down the river and going on quote unquote adventures. And I feel like that segment of the population, very little gets like recognized. And I think this movie does a great job of like depicting that.
I think this movie is a coming of age story for Ty Sheridan.
Oh yeah, is this his breakout role? I think.
I think so. But I think he was utterly fantastic in this movie, um, playing the young boy. Um, what is his name in the movie? Neckbone? No,
No, Ellis.
Ellis.
Yeah, dude.
Um,
He had listen to this. He had Mud in 2012. The year before that, he had Tree of Life with Brad Pitt, and then 2013 he had Joe with Nicolas Cage. Wow.
yeah.
So,
I
but yeah.
just think I just think this coming of age story where he runs into Mud and his friend. His friend's a little lippy at first, and Mud's like, "You can call me a hobo because I'll work for food. You can call me
Mhm.
homeless because, well, look at my situation." But he was like, "Don't call me." Uh, I forgot what he was called.
A liar.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'll
or
teach
no,
you.
it was a bum. Don't
Yeah,
call me a
don't call
bum.
me a bum. I'll teach you about respect that your daddy never did.
Yeah, and I gotta say, the only thing that kind of stuck out to me this time around was I didn't like the fake teeth Matthew McConaughey had to wear.
That bothered me even when I first saw the movie. I was like, what what's wrong with his teeth?"
But I think that
You
that's
know?
just that's a nitpick. A
That
nitpick.
is a nitpick, but I'll say even the 2 young actors, Ray Sheridan and, Ty Sheridan and, the other kid who plays Neckbone, they hold their own against
Mhm.
McConaughey. I mean, there are even moments where I thought they even outacted McConaughey in some of the sequences.
Yeah, the scene where Ellis comes back and kind of talks to McConaughey about, you lied, everything was a lie.
Mhm.
That scene was powerful.
Yeah.
And when he's pretty much doing McConaughey's dirty work on and off the island.
Yeah, he
I,
is.
you'll have to remind me. I watched this on Sunday, but there's not a scene where on screen McConaughey is with Reese Witherspoon, is there?
There's one the only scene that they quote unquote share is at towards the end of the movie after Ellis gets bitten by the cottonmouth and
Mm,
like she's standing on the balcony and he's like in a far distance and they just share a look. That's really the only quote unquote scene that they're both in, and they're not even really in the same scene.
I thought Michael Shannon at first had a bigger role in this film than I thought he did. I love Michael Shannon.
He fit he fits so well in Jeff Nichols' world. Like he did this and what was the Take Shelter? Did you ever see that?
Fantastic movie.
Yeah.
That makes me want to watch it like as soon as we get off here.
I would say like I would agree with you. Michael Shannon did really I mean, he's only in the movie for about 10 minutes, honestly. Um I don't know why. I just thought Ryan Gosling could have played that role as well, but you know, I don't think he would have paid, they wouldn't have paid him like $50 million to be in a 10-minute scene.
Yeah. And you know what? Sam Shepard
Oh,
is he's one of those. I didn't know he died a few years ago.
yeah, there's a great it's not funny, but there's a great video of McConaughey finding out that Sam Shepard died and he's just like, "What?" And like you could tell he's just like heartbroken over it. I think part of me thinks that that was one of his last movies that he did.
Hmm. Um.
Um What do you think about Reese Witherspoon? I thought she did really well in the movie. I just thought maybe because it's such a limited role that she's
Yeah.
only in the movie for about 15 minutes, I think maybe they could have got a different actress to do it.
Yeah, but I still have to say her southern accent is just like perfect. I think the director is exactly who he wanted her to play his character.
Yeah, that's fair.
So this movie is actually streaming on Tubi if you guys want to check it out for free. Can I go back and re-say that Rotten score? 97%.
Yeah.
Even all these many years later, 97%.
What's the audience score?
I don't know. I didn't check nobody cares about the audience.
The people that go see these movies.
You check the audience score. Um, is it crazy, Zach, that we are down to our last 3 months of McConaissance. It really feels like just yesterday we started this with Interstellar.
Yeah, I mean, he's really. I mean, when did we do Interstellar in December? So yeah, I mean, he'll have a whole McConaughey. We did it. We really did a whole year of McConaughey movies, essentially,
Yeah.
off and on.
And
Audience score is 8%. So
8?
80%
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's why we don't pay attention to the audience.
audience.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I didn't think that the pacing of the movie was bad, but I think a lot of people think that this is a slow movie.
Yeah, that's true. It did kind of feel a little slow at times, but if I can be honest with you, it was only when, you know, which is a lot, but it was only when Ty Sheridan and Matthew McConaughey weren't on screen. You're kind of like the scene. I love Michael Shannon, but like the scene where he's fishing with his neck bone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why does this really need to be in there? And honestly, I didn't get some of the scenes with Michael Shannon and Neckbone. Like, why is that relevant?
I think it's relevant. Well, I think he's like banging some girl and she walks out and, says, "Hey, don't treat women like, they're scum or whatever." And it's a very, it's a learning moment for the characters because like, maybe not so much for Neckbone, but for Ellis,
Yeah,
his whole journey is like figuring out what love is. And he's had so many bad examples of it. You have Mud and Juniper, which fall apart. He tries to start a relationship with this older teenage girl, May Pearl. It doesn't work out. And then his parents get divorced, which is like the cherry on top. So he's had a very, his dad has a very good line in the movie where like, when you get in that situation, don't ever trust women. And I think he's learning that like at firsthand experience with this. And of course it's uh, played awesomely or played beautifully by Ty Sheridan, who, I think he wants to experience that Matthew McConaughey what Mud talks about, but it just the door gets slammed in his face every single time.
yeah. Parents getting divorced is one thing, and yeah, and then I think that's why he just gets so mad at McConaughey. Is like, dude, you got this girl. She loves you, and you just want to, you want to lie to her. You lie to me.
Mm-hmm.
This felt really A24ish to me.
Yeah, it did. Who did Lionsgate? I think, yeah, Lionsgate did it. Yeah. Yeah, I could see this being an A24 movie or even like a neon movie that has that type of vibe to it.
Yeah. The ending was a little not rushed, but I feel like the ending was a little intense, insane, really fast paced. Really, I kind of didn't expect it to go there. Like at first, it almost had like a Godfather like ending to it,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, wait a minute. I was thinking Quentin Tarantino was like, does everybody die? But
No, I knew they no one. Well, Carter, who's like the brother of the guy that Mud killed, he dies, and yeah, I forgot. Actually, I kind of jumped when the first shotgun blast went through the wall came. Do you think? Sorry, I'm losing my words. Do you like the fact that Mud and Juniper don't end up together? They're sailing down to the Gulf of Mexico.
no, I think that's normal. I think it's kind of normal, and honestly, it just tells you not everything has a good ending. Not every fairy tale has a perfect ending. So I kind of like the way the movie just kind of finishes and it flows away, and he doesn't end up with that love in his life, but it looks like he's going to end up with his dad in his life.
Yeah. I don't know who the actor is that plays the dad, but I thought the actor did a very good job of like he still wants that life of living on the river, but he realizes that life is coming to an end, And Sarah Paulson, who plays the mom, I thought did a very good job as well of like that yin yang to the whole parenting style. And I don't know how you felt about it, but I thought that at the end when the dad drops him off and says, remember this is hard on your mother as well.
So
It
sad.
it's that, but it's almost like bittersweet in that it's a new beginning for this character where, he gets a chance to start over where Mud didn't get to have that chance. It's kind of like a yeah, Mud's escaping with his life, but where's he gonna go?
Yeah.
While Ellis gets to start over and do something new.
And you see this, the close-up scenes of him looking at the teenage girls around where he's living.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, maybe this won't be so bad.
Yeah. But you know what? Going through some of the situations I've gone through, when he drops his kid off, I'm like, man, really hit home for me. And I'm like, that's tough, you know. Yeah, I do kind of wish Matthew McConaughey or Mud had a different outlining of an ending, but I still think it was appropriate for that character, for Reese Witherspoon, and I don't know where Mud is going to end up on my top 5 McConaughey films. I think it's going to slowly maybe sneak its way in there. I know we have a few months until that episode, but I think it's going to be a fantastic conversation about an actor who honestly feels underrated. And that's a conversation that we'll have in December, but
Yeah.
it's just, that's just to me where I feel like this conversation might go. And we'll see his new movie, which premieres on Apple TV Plus in a few weeks.
Yep.
Um, but it should be interesting. So, Zach, let's say do you have a favorite scene from Mud?
Man, I don't know. I don't really know if I have a favorite scene. I think this movie is just I think it's expertly well done. There's not really I don't think there's a wasted moment in here. I think the pacing is really on par. Um
While you think about it, I'll name a
yeah,
few favorite scenes for me. The snake bite scene I think is very intense.
yep.
The scene where he starts working on the boat, gets the boat down, I think is a good scene. The scene where Ellis comes in and just breaks down and says, "You lied to me. You lied to her. How could you?" Very,
Mhm.
very intense moment. Um, and then the ending scene where he drops the dad drops Ellis off, and to me that was a tearbreaker. And yeah, I agree with you. Every scene is not wasted. There's no wasted scene in this movie because I could just sit and name more and more scenes off.
I think when
So
we first get well, not the parking lot scene, but when we first get introduced to Juniper, where the boys are selling, quote unquote, selling the fish, and Ellis runs in there to try to get Carter off of her as she's getting abused. That was a good scene. Um, the scene where they're sitting on the fire, I think it's Ellis and Mud sitting around the fire and they're just eating baked beans with their fingers.
oh yeah,
That's a good scene.
pork and beans.
Um, yeah, yeah, man,
I've
thoroughly enjoyed
wined
it.
and dined with kings and queens, and I've slept in the alleys and dined on pork and beans.
I'll say we timed this perfectly because his new book, um, Poems and Prayers, came out today. So
Oh,
look at
uh,
that.
go pick it up at a bookstore near you, Barnes and Noble. You
Walmart,
you can also
Target.
pick it up at Walmart. You can also probably listen to it on Audible.
Yeah, I almost had the chance to buy it, but I was just like, no, I'm like broke right now, so I get paid tomorrow. So
I will buy it and listen to it on Audible if it's him reading his own book.
yeah, he narrates it. So
Does
there you go.
he?
He really does. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
that'll give
What?
you.
What?
Have you
Out of the tough week that I've had, that is the best news I've heard all week. Matthew McConaughey narrates his own book. Go pick
yeah.
it up now. I'm gonna have
Um,
my copy by next week.
read by the author. Yeah, that's true.
Uh, all right, all right, all right.
Dude, if you really get if you want to listen to his first book, Green Lights, dude, he gives so much life advice. It's like, dude, why can't I just apply that to my life and
Yeah.
where would I be today?
You know, I applied some of his recipes in my life, and I'll tell you, they are phenomenal. His tuna salad sandwich was great. The way his methods of cooking steak is phenomenal. I'll never have another give me advice about putting meat in my mouth, and I just phenomenal. So if he comes out with a cookbook too, I'll buy that cookbook. But
You also want to buy a seat next to him at the Longhorn game, but we're still waiting on that.
he don't have a seat. He walks the sidelines. Look at him right there.
Go.
Look at
I
that.
guess you could just try to jump the fence and just try and get in there and just walk with them.
You know,
As long as you don't get arrested.
if I let him know that I dedicated an entire year of my podcast to this man, he might, just for just give me 5 minutes, Matthew, of your time. Just come on here and say you're listening to the Cine-Men Movie Podcast. All right, all right, all right. That's all you need to do.
Dude, like, I've heard he's such a nice guy. He might spend 2 hours with us. Imagine that.
We need to reach out to him. Somebody find us a way. Let's get a hold of his agent. He ain't got nothing to do right now on a Tuesday at 8 o'clock anyway. Ain't no Texas game on. Ain't no Lincoln commercial he's got to do. So let's find
no
Zach,
commercial with Woody Harrelson.
Zach, that can be a Christmas gift. You just find a way to reach him. You found a way to reach Peter Jackson and send him a letter.
Steven Spielberg, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. I did reach out. People may not know this. I actually did reach out to Peter Jackson to try to interview him for the 15th anniversary of King Kong, but they said, no thanks. Hung up on me.
You got to respond though, right?
Yeah, I mean, they said, we'll reach out to him, and we never heard anything from him. So,
well, now look, you got a new goal in life in the next few weeks. Reach out and try to find a way to Sir Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
And look, you guys can hit up that Cash App, and maybe you guys can donate, and maybe I can buy IMDb Pro and reach out to Matthew McConaughey that way.
All right.
Zach, star rating for Mud.
5, man. Thoroughly enjoy. Love this movie. It's not one that I want to watch all the time, but when I do, it's a joy. So 5 out of 5 for me. What about you?
You know what? That's the only thing that stopped me from giving it a 5 out of 5. It's because recent.
How dare you?
No, I can't even.
Our rule.
I can't think of the term.
Rewatchability.
Rewatchability is one of my big things, and like I said, this is a fantastic movie, but it's not 1 or 2 that I'll even reach for when I want good McConaughey. So right for that, I'm giving it a 4. And, it's still a fantastic movie, tremendous acting, perfect story, casting is phenomenal, but just for that rewatchability, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. So,
There you go.
yep, I think it was a fun conversation. Mud was fantastic. I forgot why we're doing Casper next week. We're doing Casper next week because we're talking top 5 1995 movies. And the following week after that, we're doing our best of 2025 so far.
There you go.
So next week we are stepping back into Time Machine, and we are talking all about Casper, Bill Pullman, Christina Ricci, some fantastic cameos in this movie, including one Rodney Dangerfield, Mel Gibson, Clint Eastwood, Dan Aykroyd. So find out where Casper is streaming. I will find that for you. And come listen to it with us. It's going to be a fantastic conversation. I can't wait to rewatch this movie. It's turning 30. You can watch it on Prime Video. You can rent it on YouTube TV for just $3.99. So go check it out. It came out May 26, 1995, so it's 30 years this year. And man, this movie is slowly kicking us into spooky season. So next week we're going to have a fantastic conversation all about Casper, the Friendly Ghost. And then to finish out the month of September, like Zach said, we're talking Highest to Lowest, the new A24 film starring Denzel Washington, and directed.
Is that a good sentence to say?
What?
A24 and Denzel Washington.
So a fantastic movie. This is his first A24 movie besides since
Tragedy Macbeth.
Yeah, he was phenomenal in that.
Oh, man.
So directed by one great Spike Lee. I cannot wait to sit down and just enjoy this movie. Highest to lowest in 2 weeks to end the month of September. So don't forget though, next week, brand new movie, brand new episode as we talk Casper. So Zach, do you have any final thoughts on this episode or Mud before we snap out of here?
No, go check it out. Casper next week. So,
Yeah, go check it out. Should be a fun conversation. We're either going to love it, hate it, or think it's just fine. So yeah, rewatch Mud. Go check it out. Listen to our episode. And don't forget Casper next week on another brand new episode of the Cine-Men Movie Podcast. You guys have a good week. Love you. Thanks for joining us. Can't wait to talk movies with you next week.